and welcome to Book Impressions. In this episode, I will give you my impression of the book, The Perfect Daughter, an absolutely gripping psychological thriller you won't be able to put down. And the author is Alex Stone, and this book has 355 pages. It's in English. The publisher is Boldwood Books. It was published on October 19th of 2021. It looks like a standalone book, so it's not a series that I can see. And when I look at this cover, I'm not that blown away by it, to be honest with you. I do like this blue. The Perfect Daughter, I'm not sure what these flowers have anything to do with. And then it has a little subheading that says, "Or the Perfect Liar." I don't know if I like the fact that the author decided to stack her name one on top of the other. I feel like authors with their name all on one line. That's just my opinion, but anyway. I do think one thing about the book cover that is good. If it were on the bookshelf of Amazon, it would probably pop off. If you were scrolling Amazon for books, these colors would draw you. That is one thing I will say about it. Okay, let's read our blurb. It says, The Perfect Daughter. Jess Harper has spent her whole life trying to make her mom, Abigail, happy and proud. And everything Jess does, from the clothes she wears, the job she has, the men she dates, are all approved by Abigail first. The perfect boyfriend. So when Jen announces that she has a new man in her life, plumber Adam, Abigail is less than impressed. A plumber? Really? Jessica? Adam encouraged Jess to break free from her mom's manipulation. Can't she see what's happening? The perfect mother. But Abigail is only doing these things to keep Jess safe, to protect her from getting hurt again, isn't she? Or the perfect liar. Jess, caught in the middle, doesn't know who to believe or trust. And then Adam vanishes without trace. Now Jess is the police's prime suspect, and they want to know if Jess really is as perfect as she seems. A gripping new psychological thriller for fans of Sue Watson, I think it's Shailene Boland, and S.E. Lines. Chillingly compelling, says Diane Saxton. A brilliant debut, says bestseller author Erin Green. Fantastic read, life coach and author Lisa Phillips. Okay, sounds like a very interesting blurb. I would say that kind of draws you to that story. Okay, it has 789 ratings as of March of 2022 as I do this recording. And it has, let's see, 4 out of 5 stars, which isn't what I would call great. I always say if you can't get your book to be at least 50%, you have a problem. Although, a lot of times I think you can add your 4 and 5s together, because sometimes 4 stars sound like 5 stars. So if you did that, you would have 73%. So let's see what the headings are saying under 5 stars. Okay, 5 stars. A spellbinder, outstanding, page turner, excellent book. If I fell head over heels in love with this book, okay, my head is still spinning. Strives to be perfect. How much should you trust your mother? Jaw-dropping ending. Book at it. Okay. All right, this sounds like an interesting story. When they go, how much should you trust your mother? That already makes me start wondering about this story. Okay, let's look at 4 stars. And then we can see how many of them actually sound like they should have been 5-star ratings, because sometimes you find that. Manipulative mom. Twisted and complex. Wow. Marty's review. Thrilling read. Overall, a really engrossing, clever thriller. It warmed up to be a page-turner. Really good. Fab. So you can see already these could have been 5 stars. Wonderful story. That's why I say you can always put those two together. Let's look at 3 stars. These are people, they like something and they don't like something. And this one says, nah, a good read. Enjoyable psychological thriller. An uneventful read. Redundant. Okay. Not great, but not terrible. Okay, so you can see what I'm saying. Let's look at 2 stars. 2 stars are people who haven't decided whether they like it or they don't like it. Okay, bad, very bad, not gripping, total bore. This could have been a 1 star, but they decided to give it 2, so that was nice of them. So did not enjoy this book much at all. Another one. The Perfect Daughter. Not the best read, predictable ending. Don't bother. So some of these could have been 1 stars because they sound like 1 stars. 1 stars are people that they don't read in this genre. Okay, 1. I thought it would never end. Okay. Disappointed. Too many words. Okay, this person thinks this book is wordy. Sometimes, like I say, if you're reading a wordy book, that can cause your story to drag and causes pacing issues. And sometimes when you're reading a book, I don't know about most people, but when I read a book, I want my book to move. I don't want it to be slowed down by a lot of extra words that don't need to be there. And that person must have felt that way. Anyway, let's look at Alex Stone's library and see what Alex Stone has. Any other books that you can probably check out. You can also check on the autobiography. Okay, this must be Alex Stone here. And I find it interesting that she only has 2 books, but that second book, The Girlfriend, hasn't been published yet. It's in pre-order, so she's a relatively new author for what I'm seeing. I think there's a good chance she might be self-published. And then again, what do I know? Anyway, let's look at her autobiography. Alex Stone is an accountant from the West Midlands who uprooted her life to pursue her dream of living by the sea and becoming a writer. She is proud that if you stick at it, anything is possible, and is now a psychological suspense writer based in Dorset. This beautiful and dramatic coast is the inspiration and setting for her novels. She is a member of the Romantic Novelist Association and was awarded the Katie Ford Bursary in 2019. Alex has a keen interest in psychology, and her novels examine how situations in the past can shape a person for the better and the worst. Her debut novel is a modern take on a Cinderella tale with a psychological suspense twist. It follows the close relationship between a mother and daughter and what happens when those ties are just a little too tight. The Perfect Daughter is out on October 19th in all formats, ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. And she has a newsletter where you can apply for her newsletter here. I'm curious to know if she is a self-published author. But what I will do is I will also put this book URL link down in the description below, so if you want to come over and check this book out. And then you might want to find out about her second book, even though it's not out yet. If you find that you like the first book, you might want to go and pre-order the second book. Some people look for whether they like a person's style of writing, and if they do, then they go and buy the next book. Or if you've already read this book and you liked it, you might want to go check it out. Well, it was published by Boldwood Books, as I recall. Now that's right, she has a publisher. And she's doing good in the bestseller range, especially in parenting relationships, and dysfunctional relationships are all #1. So, hey, the book is taking off, so that's good. And we have our biography again. But anyway, if you like content like this about books and you want to hear more content about books, I hope you will consider subscribing to this channel. And until next time, this is Book Impressions signing off.